Have you ever wanted to be blue?
On the Cardboard
That is
Suitcase.
like a growing consciousness.
No, are you going to tell me something bad?
Oh, think about it.
No.
No? Tobias? Never nudes? I'm ready to go.
If you see this, does this look blue to you? So
That's
why
cool.
not just do blue people? I mean, I wanted a Cookie Monster. Perfect.
You're going to have to figure that out and get back to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't quote me there.
Mr.
'Cause
Mom
I'm
was like,
not.
did you get some salad, Andy?
And why people are blue. I'm not saying you're going to be a mind reader.
But that is,
But
I think that's definitely true.
It's going to be about blue people, but I think we'll just do blue people, right?
No, man. I'm just trying to eat my damn potatoes and stuff. I don't want to eat salad right now.
Well, read them the safety effects. Possibly, Joe, you might get
Right?
sick.
Would not
Go ahead.
recommend this, people, by the way. This is not a medical thing. Just want to clarify this, okay? Disclaimer there, right?
Go ahead, start it off.
Welcome back to the Cardboard Suitcase. I'm Christine.
What's up? And I'm Andy, the little brother.
Okie dokie. We have a really fun thing because it's all about blue people, real blue people. Okay? These are legit, real blue people.
Like Smurfs.
Yeah, like Smurfs. Only those people aren't real. Do you think that they're real?
I mean, I don't think so, no. I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I didn't do any of my homework. This was a pop quiz. This is a holiday edition. It's a special Easter shortened version. We have a shortened week.
Let's go into these blue people. First of all, the question is, have you ever wanted to be blue? Like your
No.
color, like, no?
No.
Did you ever
No.
want to be a Smurf?
No. I wanted to watch
No.
the Smurfs, but we weren't
Oh my
allowed.
gosh, tell them why we couldn't watch the Smurfs.
We weren't allowed to watch Smurfs because there was a warlock on there, and he said spells, and it was against God's word. I don't know.
It was a crazy thing. Like kids used to make fun of us at school because we were not allowed to watch the Smurfs. Of course, that was probably part our reason that they made fun of us was because of the fact that we also verbalized this, which looking back, we probably should have never told anybody and just fake that we couldn't watch them, right?
Yeah, but you're not watching Smurfs, but what do you think you're watching when you go to your friend's house? You're watching like the worst thing you can watch because you're like, man, you've never seen any TV before, so it's all new. So somebody has like HBO and you're like, oh my gosh.
No, that was pretty cool because we were only allowed to watch a half an hour of TV a day.
We got coupons.
And then,
did you get coupons?
No,
Oh yeah, I had
I didn't.
coupons in like a little thing. We get like half hour. We had a half hour a day. You get coupons, and sometimes like getting good grades, you could get like more things like that. Now you had exemptions, so if it was a Christian show or a religious show, you could watch that. You could watch sermons all day. Yeah, you could go in there and watch some Jimmy Swaggart. Do you remember Jimmy Swaggart?
Oh my god.
Jimmy Swaggart. I was like, mom and dad were like, go ahead and watch this guy. And then you have to go to church. And I was like, all right. And then he got caught like with prostitutes on there? And I was like, oh man. I was like, church is getting good now.
Oh my gosh. Well, did you watch the guy who was like the smoking, cussing, swearing? Well, cussing and swearing, the same thing. But he was a smoking, cussing guy. Michael and I used to go over to grandma's house and he was on super, super late. And we would watch this preacher. And grandma was like, that's deep. Like grandma would watch it with us. Grandma Bayless.
Well,
She was like, well, he's not, I don't know what word she used, but it was like orthodox. Like he's not orthodox, but hey, he has deep stuff.
well, Jimmy Swagger got in trouble for prostitutes, and I think Jim Baker and Timmy, all that. They got in trouble for like embezzlement and stuff like that, I think. So it was just funny. It was funny because you're like supposed to be watching these people, and then they're like, well, what's it doesn't look too good for the image there, guys.
No,
And he was
no,
like, I
no.
remember like watching him, like you can watch it on YouTube, his confession when he's on there and he's like crying and asking for forgiveness and stuff. Yeah. Like it's very imprinted on my brain because I was just like, yeah, if you think about it, isn't it really weird that your parents had you watch a show about a guy who like did these things and then like went on there was like, I'm sorry about that and cried, and then people were like, okay. And then he's like, all right. So I guess it's forgiveness, right? Who am I to say he shouldn't be forgiven? But anyway, go ahead, continue your blue talk there.
Oh, my blue talk. Okay. So blue people, back to the blue people. So this is really fun, really cool. So actually, we go back to like famous blue people. We go to the Smurfs, right? And then there's also things like the Avatar from hold on
Avatar?
yeah, Naviv.
I don't know.
Naviv.
What's that? What is
It's
it?
the Avatar from Avatar. That's the word from Avatar. Yeah, the blue thing from the Avatar movie. I never saw the Avatar movie.
I saw it. I saw it. I don't remember it. Yeah.
So I never saw it, so I don't know. But there was a Mr. Manhattan from The Watchmen. There was the Mystique from X-Men.
Okay. Blue Man Group, and also Tobias from Arrested Development when he was blue because he was trying to be like a blue man. You know, Tobias is from Arrested Development. No, Tobias never nudes.
I don't even watch Arrested Development.
All right. Well, everybody should be like a school there. I think if I'm president, I'm going to enact days like certain like shows that you should watch. Like that would be one of them. Like for school for children, like you have to watch this. So anyway,
okay, why?
It's funny.
Okay,
it's a great show. It has like Jason Bateman on it. It's a classic show. It has like Will Arnett.
Okay.
He's always like Michael. It's just like anyways, but it's a highly recommended show. Someday we'll do a top 10 sitcom show, but we're having trouble staying on the target here, Christine. You got to keep it on there.
This is true. Well, you were going off on the whole thing, so I was just letting you fly. So, okay, so the genie from Aladdin, he was blue too.
Will Smith?
Yeah. Well, was he? He wasn't the genie, was he, from Aladdin?
Will Smith was the genie, and then what's his name?
Sinbad.
Robin Williams was, I think.
Oh, I thought Sinbad was, but he wasn't.
Oh, maybe he was too. No,
but I don't think he was blue.
I don't know.
We'll have to dive deeper into that later.
Will Smith was blue, yeah, because I thought people thought it was like weird because I don't know if it was like cartoon or if it was, but I'm almost positive Will Smith was in there.
Huh. Okay. So all I know, really, honestly, out of all these things, Cookie Monster. Okay. I always wanted Cookie Monster to be real, and I wanted a Cookie Monster. Did you want a Cookie Monster?
No. Well, I did love Cookie Monster. Who didn't? But do you know what happened to Cookie Monster?
No. Are you going to tell me something bad?
Well, think about it. Do our children need cookies? Do our children need cookies anymore? I think they messed them up.
What?
I think they messed them up.
Wait.
They probably like Carrot Monster or something. He's orange. No, I think they messed him up. I don't know if he's called Cookie Monster anymore. Does he still eat cookies like that? Let's face it, he'd be in the real world. He would be dead if he ate cookies like for 40 years like that. That's setting a bad example.
True, but that's so sad. I love Cookie Monster.
I think they, you know, they changed everything. Like the animal crackers, they took the bars off the box and the animal cracker things. They were like, free the animal.
I didn't. I'm kind of. Okay, I'm speechless. Well, I really didn't know they did all these things.
I'm sorry. You know what? I shouldn't have dropped that on you live here. I should have probably told you
Andrew,
my email or text. So I'm sorry about that.
That's disturbing.
All right.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll go back to my. I mean, really, I'm not even kidding. That's really upsetting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So blue, I will say blue. The doctors one time told me they couldn't see colors like green and blue. So apparently some people in this world will label me colorblind.
Oh, you are? You can't see blue?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I can see it. It's just not, people see it different than me.
Oh.
It's like blue and like green are like harder to tell apart. So sometimes in like to other people, they're like, that's definitely blue, dude. And I'm like, oh yeah.
So like if you see this, does this look blue to you?
That's blue, yeah. See? I'm not colorblind. That's a test. That proves it.
See, I don't know. I think those doctors are full of crap.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've disproved the doctors. Okay. All right. Anyway, back to the subject.
Yeah, hard.
I did see. I'm learning all kinds of things I didn't know. I'm not sure I want to know some of these things though. Okay, so I did make notes on this whole thing. So let me wait a minute. All right, here we go. Oh, that doesn't really work. Okay. Anyway, notes. Here we go. So this blue thing comes about because it was from actually, so what it's from a very rare genetic disease that is called oh my gosh, let me see if I can pronounce this. Methemoglobinemia. Please forgive me if I am mispronouncing it.
I think you nailed it.
Pardon?
I think you nailed it. I think you said it right.
Okay. I knew. I'm very confident with this now. Okay. Methemoglobinemia.
Methamphetamine.
Okay. So what this is it basically, it is caused from an oxygen deficiency. So the blood doesn't carry around as much oxygen in the body. So as a result, Caucasian people, aka white people, are they turn blue. Well, they have the appearance of blue.
Yeah.
All right. And then like, so their skin appears blue, and then also their lips look purple.
Yeah.
So is that weird or what? Right?
Yeah, but I mean, you think about like if you're in the swimming pool or something, like somebody like looks like that. If they're like shivering, you know what I mean? Like, and their lips kind of look blue or purple or something. They're like really pale. Yeah.
Okay. So, but these people actually are blue 24/7. There's no swimming pool involved.
Is this fair? Are these verified facts?
Yes, this is verified fact. It's called the Fugate family. So the Fugate family lived in I want to say West Virginia, in a place called, it's either, I want to say West Virginia. They were in Appalachia, right? That's West Virginia. Yes, they're from a place called, get this. Well, they came over and all this stuff, but they're from a place called Troublesome Creek. Can you imagine being like living in a place called Troublesome Creek?
Yeah, I could have grown up in a place called that. Yes.
We grew up in a weird place anyway. Like every place we lived was like called a weird thing.
Well, we basically grew up everywhere where you could hit a train from your house with a rock.
This is very true. In fact,
maybe not
the
everywhere.
Backyard.
Yeah.
Well, no, the backyard in our one place.
Oh yeah.
Like the side yard, whatever. Yeah. I mean, literally you could throw a thing there and it would come, I guess, mom and dad's place. Yeah. Okay. Good point there. So this was so from the mid to the 20th century, this would,
I just had a really good idea that we should put a zip line from mom and dad's house down to the river. Okay, just think on that. We'll talk later. Go ahead.
Okay, I like that idea. I'm not okay. So, my brain only gets distracted.
I'm sorry.
I have to So anyway, this dude, his name was, there was a lot of people that had it. What it is basically, you have like the gene, it's a recessive gene, and then you have it. If you have two people that have it, which be like the chances are very, very slim that you're going to have two people that have it, unless there's inbreeding, which in Appalachia, as we well know, not we know because we're not inbred, but in Appalachia, there's a lot of people that are inbred.
Well,
for those of you who don't know what inbred means, that it's just like you're marrying your like first cousin or your aunt or your, I don't know, your brother or whatever.
Not encouraged. Not encouraged.
I'm just telling people listen, dude. You're explaining to them like what it is. If they don't know what that is, then they might think it's okay. If they're at that level that they don't know what it like incest is, then they might not know that it's right or wrong.
I don't think it's really okay. So I don't know if technically it would be considered. Is it considered incest though?
What?
Like, isn't incest like? I mean, if you marry a cousin, is that considered incest?
I don't know, like incest, like what the definition of how close the relatives have to be, but I don't know. Inbreeding, inbreeding is just a down the line thing.
Yeah, I thought incest was more like you do bad things with somebody related to you, like within your family.
No, hey, they're closely related. No pun intended.
So,
oh boy.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, I forget what I was going to say. All right. So, okay. So in that case, so what happened was that this family carried this gene, right? And since there was a lot of inbreeding in Troublesome Creek, they had children. They had 7 children. Of the 7 children, I believe 4 of them, let me double check my notes here. I believe 4 of them had this disease, this rare genetic defect. I guess it's not a disease, it's a defect. I don't know if that's considered a disease. I'd have to look that
anomaly?
Up. What's anomaly?
That? We could just say anomaly.
An anomaly, yeah. So now, here is what's really interesting. Not the fact that even that they're blue, is that they were in the 1960s, like a doctor. His name was Dr. Madison Quinn. He was a hematologist from the University of Kentucky, and he thought that this was a really interesting thing, more or less, right? So he came and he injected them with their Methylene Blue. Okay. And it's a dye, and it turned them like a normal color. How like crazy is that? You're injecting them with blue to turn blue. So it was a temporary thing. However, the thing was then he gave them tablets, and then they took them every day, I guess, so that they could be normal color.
Do you have any pictures of this for our audience?
So so when I looked it up, okay, the thing is the pictures back in those days weren't colorized. So
use like a color we could do like an artist rendition, and we could color in with like color pencils.
That's a good idea. Well, in 1975, the last known blue person was in the Appalachians was Benji Stacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably a picture of them. I did not really see them because I was anticipating this being at 8:00, so I
was going to say you weren't that old at 1975.
No, right, yeah. But the pictures of the family were like those people were like that's crazy. So you want to hear something interesting? So the guy, this was like all happening in like Ball Creek. I cannot make these things up.
There is an intercourse PA. You know that?
Yeah, I do know that. The Amish people live there, right?
I don't know. I one time went to a town and there was all Amish people, and I felt like I was like the minority person. I went into the restaurant to eat, and they all stopped and looked at me. And I was like, wow. I was like, I'm kind of intimidated by these Amish people. They could like kick my ass if I had to.
Yeah, they're pretty strong. They don't mess around.
But I watched the movie with Harrison Ford, Witness, and I know that they won't fight back, so I'm okay.
I love that movie.
With Kelly, was it Preston?
Kelly, the girl from Top Gun, right? Gillis?
Is
that her name? McGillis?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Okay.
That was a good movie. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it in years, but it was good back when I watched it. Okay, so there's also another instance of blue people. Okay, this was in 1942. It said these men were Irish. Crazy, right? And then this lady who had children, she said her children were eating, well, she said, but what happened was she noticed that when her children ate cabbage, they turned pink. When they stopped eating cabbage, they went back to blue. So they didn't really cite any scientific stuff for that as to why that was the case. But if anybody out there knows, that would be very interesting to find that out, right?
It would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it something like, is it a deficiency in something, or is it just like a gene?
So it's a gene. It's a gene, but what happens is that your blood doesn't carry as much oxygen around the body. So as a result, like your skin has the appearance of being blue.
Yeah, well, that would mess up your circulation, though. They have like physical problems from it, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
eventually.
Usually, yeah. Because this is another dude. It definitely, it didn't seem, I don't know. The people though didn't say they died any like unusual time. Like they didn't die earlier than most people. But then again, people back in the day didn't live that long.
They wouldn't be good mountain climbers, probably.
That's a very good point. I wonder because aren't the Appalachians like up high, like the altitude? Some of it.
I don't know how much they actually are, like against sea level. I don't know.
I wonder if that.
We didn't learn that in my map reading class I took in college.
I
took
a map reading class in college.
Yeah, and you know what? I pulled I pulled a solid C in that class.
Okay, that's a good thing, though, Andrew. Maps are important to know.
When I was picking my classes, I was like, map reading. I was like, what? I was like, this sounds like a good one here.
Well, I think that sounds fun, right? Like map reading.
It was actually cool, but it was really funny because I was like, it's funny to tell people you have a map reading class.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like weird. I think that would be fascinating class. It would be like a real study on people. I mean, look at the world. Aren't we all supposed to be together?
No, it's like topography or whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Like how high stuff is, elevation, there's all that stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, but think about it, Andrew. People are supposed to be together. We're all like, if you take our pieces and put them together, they end up together. Like, we're not supposed to be separated. We're all one people. I don't know why there's so much discord. Like, think about it. We're all from the same damn thing.
Well, it's just proportion allocation of resources.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I'm talking about geographically. We're all from the same place.
Well.
But we separated and went to different continents. I mean, literally, the continents separated, though.
Well, some people might believe that, though. I don't know.
Well, I don't know Andrew,
how racist
but it looks like a puzzle, though.
What? It is like a puzzle, yeah.
It's a puzzle. Like, I mean, literally, the pieces fit.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So what did your professor say about that?
What?
The pieces that fit in the globe.
What do you mean?
Like, what did they say? Like, that's pretty fascinating to me.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out where like North American humans came from. If they thought that they came up from the top part of like Alaska across the land bridge, and then they found evidence of like older things in way down in like New Mexico and then Chile and stuff, and they're like, wait a minute, they're like, this is off by thousands of years.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they didn't know what to do with it. So that's funny.
Well, that's what, yeah. I mean, they're supposed to have had a lot of different ways even of communicating, because like those T-shaped rock formations and everything are found like everywhere. So they're thinking like we used to communicate like telepathically. And the reason that we can't do this anymore, the majority of people can't do it, is because of all of the crap that they put in our food and air and water. So we actually are like, we're not able to do that unless you start like really seriously meditating and everything. And then you start being able to be cognizant of what other people are conveying through their, that I'm just saying, like,
Well,
you're much more sensitive to what other people feel and
I
everything.
think that's what it is. You get more sensitive and empathetic and intuitive.
Yeah.
I think that is what that is, like a growing consciousness. But that is, yeah, I think that's definitely true. Yeah, but the T things, I don't know. I don't know. I just watched the whole thing on Gobley Tepe or whatever.
Oh, those are fascinating.
Yeah, well, that's in the same thing too. They found those, and then people were like, "Wait a minute, this is way older than what we were thinking." Like, there's so many things over there, which is cool, because I always think it's neat to talk to Dad about like real stuff that's in the Bible, like stuff that's in the Bible that's like proven by science. So like Jericho, like there's Jericho, you know, that was a city. It was a, you know, there's other stuff that's proven. So then there's the stuff that's proven by science, and then there's, you know, other stuff. But I always think that's neat when those tie in, like, you know. But a lot of the Bible stuff and that is in that area, in like Turkey, Greece area over there, because they think like was it Mount Arafat, like where the Ark or something. And, you know, how much of that is true, because there was a flood. There was a lot of floods. Now, was there a world flood? Scientifically, they say there can't be a world flood, I think. So, you know, take that as you will. But there's a lot of documented floods. It doesn't mean it was, you know, it might have been your world, their world, or what we thought, you know. But,
that's it's very interesting when you think about this, right? So along these lines, this is really interesting. So I guess that was a side note of things. So one more thing here. Well, there's two more things here actually with this blue situation. So if you want to become blue, there are two ways to do it. Well, at least that are known. I don't know. Maybe there's more ways to do it, but these were the two ways that I found. So you can take benzocaine or dapozone, right? Would not recommend this, people, by the way. This is not a medical thing. Just want to clarify this, okay? Disclaimer there, right? And you will temporarily turn blue. However, because that's going to raise your wait a minute. How do you say this? Methemoglobinemia, I think it is. Methemoglobinemia levels. Okay, methemoglobinemia levels. That being said, side effects of that are shortness of breath, dizziness, and you could lose consciousness.
Yeah, why would you do that?
People are weird. Okay, now this next part of this, actually, when I was researching this was so funny. I was totally thinking of Dad, and I wish I could have him on right now. Which, just as a very temporary sidebar, I spoke to Dad and I said, "Would you like to be on our podcast?" He's like, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, Dad, we'd love to have you on. Like, a lot of our stuff is about you." And he was like, "Well, I have to get, just settle down here. There's a lot of things going on." And then I said, well, he said something about his, I said, "You could just call in." He goes, "Well, I don't think that, I don't think that would be as good. I want to get the full impact." And I'm like, "I don't know." So then he said he got a new video camera, and he said that it took them like 6 hours to hook it up. And I'm like, how can a video camera take you 6 hours? I mean, a webcam take you 6 hours to hook it up. You plug it in.
Easy 6 hours, I'm sure. Yeah, they didn't have their tech support Joe there.
No, they had Uncle Dan.
I don't think they think I know how to turn a computer on because they never have once asked me a technical question. They're just, and I've never said anything otherwise because Joe's jumped in the role.
Well, lucky you. I had to do with something like that. So I tried one time to help them get their print off something, and that was like I think like a 4-hour thing, and I finally just gave up and started drinking heavily.
I filled out a warranty thing for them because Mom's like, I don't. Can you just fill this out? I was like, yeah. I was like, just give me information. So then we had to get like a confirmation code, and you know how they like have it timed. And it's like, like you have like 10 minutes to do this, like that. I was like, okay, we need the thing. Mom's like, Mike, just like we need to submit this information. We have 10 minutes. So Dad, and then they just start. It was like it was like a movie. Somebody like hit a button, and they were like, oh my gosh. It was.
Andrew, you remember that one time?
What's happening?
Well, you remember the one time I don't know if you remember, but I was on the phone with them, I think like 5 hours trying to help them print off tickets. Since then, they have learned how to do it. And you know what Michael says? Michael says they've lived this long on the planet. So he's like, Christine, this is your fault. You engage because you should just let them deal with it.
I think that's true about like a lot of the thing though, sometimes, because sometimes you like, sometimes you're just like, well, you're going to have to figure that out and get back to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
know.
All right.
Well, anyway, so all right. So here is the other way you could do it. And this is where, like I said, reminded me of Dad, who said, by the way, he will be on our podcast sometime soon.
Okay.
This will be fun. So we'll have to ask him about this. So this is from a guy who was researching home remedies. All right. Mm-hmm. When he was researching home remedies for flaky skin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Flaky skin. So now here's what's interesting. He discovered that if you drink silver in distilled water, that it will cure your flaky skin. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So the way he did it was he did distilled water. Like he made this drink out of distilled water, and then he attached electrodes like to a silver wire. It sends a current into the water, and it deposits like a certain amount of silver from the wire in there. And we'll have to ask Joseph about this because it's electrical kind of stuff. So I don't know much about electricity. And see what he believes about it. Like, don't you think that would be interesting to ask him?
I say we tell him to do it and give it a shot. See if he turns blue.
Well, but wait.
If he's willing.
Here is what the thing is.
Well, read him the safety effects. Possibly, Joe, you might get sick. Go ahead, tell him.
Well, it will cure flaky skin. Just saying. So the dude did this. The result is a milky drink. It's white and milky. It's like a water that like looks cloudy. Looks kind of like water that you poured a lot of water. Maybe you dropped a couple drops of milk in it. That's what. Okay, milky drink. Okay, yeah. All right. So anyway, that's the self-explanatory, right? Milky white drink. Even though you can't see colors, you can see milky white, right? But we already decided you can see colors. Can you see white?
Yeah.
But white isn't a color, is it?
Yeah. It's a color in
itself.
itself.
I thought it was the absence of colors.
Well, that's a color in itself, though, isn't it?
I don't know, but that's another, I digress. So anyway, he drinks this drink, right? And he drinks it every day. His name was Paul Karason, I think is how you say it. He drinks it every day, and he starts noticing that his little, his flaky skin goes away. He also realized that, and he rubbed it on his skin as well. Okay, so he's drinking it, ingesting it, and rubbing it on his skin.
Yeah.
Actively, like consistently, every day. Well, here's what happened. His friend came to visit him one day and he was like, dude, what's up with you? Like, you look blue. The guy's like, I'm not sad. That was a joke. You look blue?
All right.
Okay, anyway, the guy said, you look blue. And Paul was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, and then he compared his arm and with Paul's arm, and he realized, oh my gosh, I am blue. And so he started turning blue, and he never turned back from being blue. Now, he met a woman online, okay? And she met him, and she said, I kept on looking at like his color, and all I could think of was like his color. But then I was reminded of our conversations and what a wonderful guy he was.
Wow.
So then she started drinking the mixture, but she didn't turn blue because she thinks is because she didn't rub it on her skin. Okay.
Sure.
So now, any comments about that part? Because there's more.
Nope.
Okay. So time goes by. He has a really crappy life. This Paul dude is like, you know what? His fiance, I'm sorry, he didn't marry this lady. Yeah, no. Did I say he married the lady?
Mm-mm.
No, he just met this lady. Okay, anyway. He was living with this lady. Everything was happy. He was happy. He was on the news. Like, he was a good thing. Well, fast forward some years. He lost his job. He lost his fiance. He's homeless. He has nothing. And he said he believes it's because he was discriminated against because he was blue. Because people don't like hiring blue people. What do you feel about that? What would you do about that if you were the president?
Well, I liken it to ketchup when it was green. When they made ketchup green, I tried to eat it and it messed me up. Yeah, it was supposed to be the same thing, but it messed me up because it was green. I couldn't eat it.
What was it made with? If it was green.
No.
Green
No,
tomatoes?
I think it was just the dye, maybe. I don't know if it was I don't think it was
Well,
the
maybe
tomato.
that's why. If it was dye,
Taste
like
supposed to be the same, I think.
I don't know. That's a unique. Okay, so anyway, so he was homeless, right? Well, he decided eventually that he was getting out of California and moving back to his hometown. When he did, he met a wonderful lady who used to be, I guess, a beauty pageant queen. And they showed a picture of her. She looked really pretty. She looked very pretty. She looked very pretty in the picture. Then you fast forward her life and they are together. Okay. They got married and everything was great. And he was back on the news again. Everything was good. Well, then he ends up getting like cancer, has a heart attack and a stroke, and dies at the age of 62. So let this be a lesson to you. He used to be, I have to note, he used to have red hair and be really light and pale, right? So imagine that, going from that to silver hair. What's that?
Why do you keep doing it?
People are weird.
I mean, if it had a negative effect on him, why did he keep doing it? If he was saying he was being discriminated against and stuff, why wouldn't he just stop?
I don't think maybe it was a strange addiction, or maybe it just was in him afterwards and it just never went away. Like, think about it. If you put a metal in your system, like, does it ever really go away? I don't know. So my allergies are really bad here. I'm like, itching my nose. Anyway, so he said, though, prior to his death, evidently, that one of the benefits was he didn't ever have to use sunscreen or wear sunglasses.
This guy died
because I guess when he had red hair, he'd had to do that. Like red hair and, pale skin.
What kind of benefits is he saying, though? He's just saying
that was his benefit.
Okay.
Well,
there's
also,
no evidence of anything that he's saying is helping him. What the hell is the guy? He's just putting some dumb shit on his skin and then turning blue. Like, it's not like he's healthier or anything.
oh, but he said he didn't have aches and pains anymore, and he had his flaky skin went away.
I don't know. Snake oil.
I don't know, but anyway, I thought that was a very interesting story because it just shows you how fucking stupid people are, right?
I don't know. I don't know why you would do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People are just stupid. Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. Would you do something like that just for what? To get rid of flaky skin?
Well, he's probably did it for attention at some point. He was doing it for attention, I would gather.
Yeah, but
Why
at
would
what point
you
do you? It's weird.
So I think some people are neat, and some people just need that.
I don't know. He seemed I mean, he must have had some serious issues because his fiance broke up with him, and she seemed like a nice gal. Like when they were together. Of course, she also literally drank the Kool-Aid. I wonder what happened to her afterwards. That would be interesting, right? To see that. I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. I thought that was just very interesting because if you think about it, the people that were blue, the Fugate family that was blue, those people felt they were isolated and they did not like people, right? But then you go to him, and I don't know, maybe it was because somebody found him on the news, and like there's a lot of news articles of him. He has white hair, and he really does he looks like a human Smurf, kind of, except for Smurfs have like really smooth, bright blue skin.
Mm-hmm. No, I think I did see something about that before a while ago about that. Because he did look really cool.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, that was not from the genetic mutation. That was from his stupidity. Like, people are just so stupid. Like, beyond stupid. So, I don't know. But that would be really stupid if you ask me. Don't ever do that, people out there. Like, don't turn blue. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Why would you possibly want to...
You could paint yourself blue, though.
What's that?
Paint yourself blue, like Blue Man Group.
Oh, yeah, you could paint yourself, but you have to be careful what is in that paint. Yeah. Yeah. But if you're dyeing eggs, you could put your hands in the dye and take out an egg, right? That's blue.
You ever see where they got the name like Mad Hatter from?
Mad Hatter. No.
Mad Hatter, like the guys who make hats, literally, they would like the adhesive that they would use would basically, it was like they were huffing all the time, which made them crazy. That's why they called Mad Hatters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's fun, like the chemicals.
Well, yeah,
they had to have like holes in their brains. Yeah, because that's like, it's like if you worked around those chemicals all the time, like it really messes your brain up, like really bad, your short-term memory and stuff. You ever talk to somebody who's like, who's done, they like, they'll repeat something, and you're just like, what?
That's really disturbing / like maybe kind of in a weird, like, yeah, it's disturbing. But it does make sense why they would call a hat that, right?
Well, no, the Mad Hatter is, well.
Isn't it a hat?
The Mad
Hatter.
Is
it a rabbit? Wait, it's a rabbit, right?
Mad Hatter's no, that was the guy when the Alice in Wonderland, wasn't it?
Yeah, but wasn't he on drugs? But he was on drugs when he wrote it, right?
Lewis Carroll?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was he? I thought he was like really religious. I don't know. We should ask Mom that because because you hear different things about that either way. So I don't know. Because it seems like you would be on drugs for that, but I don't know, like the way that story was. But
interesting. Well, it's kind of like this. So I was looking at some of these things, and it's like you're talking about words, right? So the word thing I thought was very interesting because of the fact that like different words, there's a thing called closed loops and closed loops, but what I sent to you. And what it is it's basically all about like once something happens, it just goes around and around and around. It's like a cycle, right? Until somebody stops it. It's kind of like there is different words that this has happened to in the dictionary, which are very interesting. I mean, just the whole thing of different words this has happened to. So you think it's like a certain word, and meanwhile it's a misprint. But it's really like, it's crazy when you think about it, right? So for instance, the word sneeze in Old English, the word was F-N-E-E-S-E. In the 15th century, printers misread the F as an S, as a long S, because of the way it looked. So society collectively accepted the typo, and that's when it actually became the word sneeze, S-N-E-E-Z-E, right? Although the word was supposed to be F-N. Andrew, you got to say the Irish goodbye thing.
Oh, well.
But wait, 1 second. We have to say goodbye first. Like,
Irish goodbye. You don't say
Friday
goodbye. That's
night.
the whole point. Irish goodbye is like, whoop, you're out. You never did
I
Irish
know, but
goodbye.
I'm saying, yeah, but Andrew, you know what I'm saying is you have to say like and subscribe, E-E-S-E. Instead of, okay.
What?
Let me repeat this because this is kind of confusing. All right. In the 15th century, printers misread the F, okay, and thought that it was a long S.
Yeah.
In the word sneeze, which originally was supposed to be spelled F-N-E-E-S-E.
What word spelled that way?
I don't
F-N?
know, Andrew. It's just like, it's crazy. So that's one thing. So the word sneeze came about because of like somebody mistyped it, and that's when it became like, you know, the word sneeze with an S instead of an F. Can you imagine spelling that? Another one is the word gravy. In the 14th century, English scribe translating the French cookbook misread the N in the old French word G-R-A-N-E, which means spiced or grained, as a V. Okay. And that permanently changed it. So it was supposed to be G-R-A-N-Y. And then it
That's what I'm saying
became
it, Granny.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it now. I'm gonna be like, I want to go make some granny. And people are like, what are you talking about? And I'll be like, well, you know where the origin of this word's from?
Yeah. They like, so it became gravy. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Like, did you get some salad, Andy? And I'll be like, no, man. I'm just trying to eat my damn like potatoes and stuff. I don't want to eat salad right now. I have like this ham and this other delicious food. Why am I going to be eating a salad right? But I gotta get going here because I gotta go do some more items.
More items, huh? All right. Well,
now it's like an afterthought, but I understand the logic. Just don't agree.
Mom does eat the salads every time. Like, well, I'll bring the stuff for the salad.
Yeah, I feel like I get a salad just to make her happy, just so she won't question me. I get like a little salad there. I'm like, that's just so Mom stays off my back today.
Yeah, because Mom's like, well, you don't want to eat the salad, Andrew. I brought it special for you because you like salad. She always says that, right?
Oh yeah, she'll be like, I cut these carrots. But yeah, now sometimes she'll be like, I'll be like, I made this for you. I'm like, Mom, like, yeah, I'm like, I'm allergic to shrimp and I'll die if I'll eat that or something. Like, you didn't make that for me, Mom. Like, no, you didn't. That's not true.
Yeah, no, Mom says that quite often. No? So
okay, this is it. We're saying goodbye. You guys have a nice holiday, and like and subscribe. And now my sister's making me do things I didn't want to do.
Whatever. Like and subscribe.
All right, love ya.
On the Cardboard Suitcase. Bye-bye. So
I'm gonna sneakily try to eat some of these goldfish.
Okay, well, I think that
I ate lunch today, yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to eat and talk on this podcast.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I should keep it recording just because in that way I'll remember what I said, right?
Yeah.
What? So I forget what the other thing is that I just said. What did I say? Physical, brain, and
we're gonna
what's that?
We're gonna have to rewind it. We can know what you said. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I don't know. But it was some other thing.
Just woke up at 5:11 this morning and did all of my work before like 8 o'clock.
That's awesome, Andrew.
Now I'm
That's
really
totally
tired
awesome.
now. Well,
That's very awesome.